Hey everyone, what I'm going to be showing you today is not all models are created equally and not every viewer is the same. You might be scanning some 3D models using photogrammetry software or LiDAR software, and you may have them come in looking different when you export as a GLB to bring them into certain viewers beyond USCZ on maybe perhaps iOS. So for example, I took these two models. This is done in Metascan here, and this one was done with Polycam. When I export to GLB, doesn't matter what viewer I bring it into. So for example, let me bring my folder over here real quick. I'm going to show you how you can solve most of these issues. So let me just bring this over here. I'm going to open up the original Metascan one. And this is how it looks in some viewers, Don McCurdy's, other ones, you can see this element. I'm not going to talk about the why. I'm going to show you but the how to fix. So let's just grab any one of these other models here. So here's the scan, or here's the fix rather. You can see that's a radical difference between the first one was like this. Just close these messages. You can see how that one's got, like, the texture's not double-sided either, right? So we're going to show you how to get rid of this jank, as well as have the double-sided texture come back in, which can help clipping and other things. I notice the difference between Polycam and Metascan scanners. What I like Polycam, it does a really nice clean job. I've noticed that no matter how many photos I take, it might not get, Metascan might not get all the elements out that I would want. But you can mess around with your own lighting. I have a tutorial on that coming up. Let's check this out. So if your object looks like this, coming into different viewers, simply bring it into 3js.org/editor. And I'll show you how to do this from scratch from the very beginning as well, but let's just start to show you this comparison here. So I'm gonna grab the Metascan version. I'm gonna come over to, it should highlight the GLB, and then you just expand it, most cases, and grab the mesh file, okay? There's only usually one mesh on a scan. So let's grab that. And what we're gonna go do is go to Geometry, and we're gonna go Compute Vertex Normals. See what that does? Now you'll see there's a little bit of jank on the back as well. We're gonna fix that here in a minute as well. We're gonna go to Material, while still having the mesh highlighted, and we're gonna pick, where is it here? We're gonna go Type from Standard, and we're gonna change this to Basic Material, and then we're just gonna re-enable the map. It turns the map off when you do that. So we're just gonna go Map, and click it back on, and you can see what a difference from when we first looked at that, right? Now you can see that's still single-sided texture. All we have to do is come down here, and go to Side, and go Double. And now you can just go File, Export GLB, and you'll have that fixed model, and it will look consistent in almost every viewer you bring it into. Now for the Polycam, let me do another example here. Let me go back and do the exact same thing. I'm going to go back to Geometry, go Compute Vertex Normals. You see how this one's a little bit more bumpy, right? So when you do the material fix, it's going to help that as well. So let's just go to Basic Material, turn it back on. Notice how it looks a lot smoother. Now, one of the differences between Metascan and what Polycam does is it actually includes ambient occlusion maps. So if I turn that back on, you'll get some of that baked lighting or shadows in from that will be added. So I prefer it without. And here's the original candle just for quick comparison. I do like the color handling on Metascan versus Metascanner versus Polycam, but that can be easily fixed within the files. You can get the raw output and adjust those as well. But there's how that works. So let me just start this from scratch real quick, because the models will come in black, and I want you to understand what will happen here. I'm just going to do a hard refresh. Auto save can be a little bit annoying if you go open up. There we go again. I'm going to go File, New, and OK. I had autosave on just in case my browser may have crashed or I had to go do something. So here we have a blank screen. I am going to open up that folder again of the models, and we're just going to bring the Metascan one in. And it's small right now, so you might have to zoom into where it is. You can use the scale tool to make it bigger. And what you want to do is just grab the middle block if you're unfamiliar with 3D software, and you're just going to go Add Ambient Light. And directional light is actually what causes the problem. So if you want to see the issue, you go directional light, and then you'll see those issues happening. And you quickly go back, like I said, grab the, so I'm going to expand, grab mesh, geometry, compute vertex normals, okay? It's straightforward. So that when you bring things into the system, especially our platform, things are going to look as expected, how you'd want them. Here's Optimus Prime when I did the scan. Here he is, re-edit it for, I guess it's not going to do that. Just 1 second. Let's go back out to the editor and have him in here. So here's the version of Optimus, how it came in the scan and how it came in when I finished it, right? Versus, so radically different. But here's an anomaly. Here's what happened when I actually opened it in most online viewers as well. Let's just grab that file again. So here is Optimus, really metallic. But here's the fix. Okay, so that's how you can grab a little bit of uniformity, interoperability between cross-platform ability of the GLB. Our system will convert a GLB to USCZ, so you don't have to worry about that. But if you're using other software that uses GLBs and you're doing scans from an iOS device and even some Android devices, depending on what software you're using, you may get some jank. Actually, I'll show you one last one that you might encounter. So let's go back to that material. Let's go back to the sides. Sometimes you may get one that is actually back-sided. So as you rotate around, things will look odd like that, right? And that's usually, so I mean, once again, it's super easy to fix. And you can bring other models in here that you might have downloaded from a third party and have some jank happening like this. And you can actually just bring it into 3js.org/editor, and it's very easy to use. So I hope that helps to solve some basic problems. Again, I didn't want to go too much into the into why it happens, but I want to get into the how to fix most issues that you may run into, especially with scanning some items and how you can easily fix it for that export problems that that you might run into. Anyway, thanks for watching. As always, I can't wait to see what you create.